Hi, and welcome to another episode of Understanding Business. Today is June 24th, 2015, and we're going to be looking at something that is a really hot topic on the internet. It's something that we've been talking about for years, but it's kind of shrouded in mystery. It's the idea of generating passive income and how you can successfully generate this mystical passive income. And we're going to talk a little bit about the history of passive income today, the traditional methods, and then how the internet has impacted passive income. And we're going to talk about some of those myths out there. You know, you see these people that are putting up huge numbers on a monthly basis, and, you know, you've tried everything that they do, and you can't figure out how they're generating those numbers through passive income. So we're going to talk about that today. We also have with us today, which is exciting, a special guest, Anmol, and he is the CEO of LiveTraders.net. And I'm going to welcome him to the show in a minute, but I just wanted to give you some background why he's here today. We're going to be talking about the traditional methods of generating passive income, and those traditional methods generally involve stock trading and real estate. So we have Anmol on to talk a little bit about, you know, how the traditional investing in stock as passive income works, why so many people fail at it, and then we're going to get into the online passive income. So Anmol, thank you very much for being on the show today. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about passive income. I mean, nowadays everybody is either downloading an ebook or looking online for some way to generate passive income where, you know, like in Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week, you can just work for 4 hours and, you know, rake in all this money. One of the traditional old school methods, if you want to call it, of generating passive income is owning real estate and investing in the stock market. And I think a lot of people, they don't really necessarily think about stock investments as passive income in the internet age, but it is, in fact, a means of passive income. And what I want to talk to you about this morning is some of the areas where a novice trader, somebody who is not super duper wealthy, they don't have enough money to go to a broker and make it worthwhile, start investing on their own as a means of generating passive income stream, and they don't succeed. So can you talk a little bit about why people who start investing without a significant background, maybe they read a book or two or they have some general knowledge, why they fail?
Well, one of the main reasons that people fail at generating passive income while trading is because of the simple, reason that it is in the end a profession. It's a job, it's a profession. And just like any other profession, just like, you want to become a lawyer, you go to law school, you do all those things, you study hard for, several years, and then you get to practice, you be an intern, and then you maybe get a chance of becoming a successful lawyer. And same goes for any other profession, such as, becoming a doctor, you go to law school, you go to medical school, you do all those things, and then you become a doctor. With trading, somehow people seem to misinterpret that. They think that, okay, I'm going to read this book online. I'm going to, go watch this video on YouTube, and then I'm going to start trading successfully. So, that's definitely not how it works because, just like any other profession, you got to give it time. You got to, find useful resources. You got to put in the time and the effort, and then you got to practice. A lot of our traders, they practice with like demo accounts for a long period of time with virtual money. They practice it. Once they got it nailed down, then they start putting in small amounts of money when it's still working well for them, and that's when they increase, the amount of money that they want to put into that trading. So, also online, it's pretty easy to get caught up with all the hype, with all the marketing, with people selling you, DVDs, courses, with newsletters, like follow us and you'll make money. It doesn't really work like that because if you are following someone, you're always going to be one step behind. Because he's going to be, he's going to be getting in first, you're going to getting in after, and you're always going to be late to the party. So with the trading, it's that you got to be in early, you got to be out early, and you got to know what you're doing. Because just like any other any other industry. It's a profession. However, it can be learned if you are able to put in a little bit of time initially. Take it slow. It definitely can be done if you do it right.
Now, the idea of going out and thinking that you can go and invest on your own and actually generate income without any training, I mean, that just doesn't, from what you've said and from what I know, it just doesn't seem to happen. But there's got to be a way for somebody that is not a professionally trained trader to still be able to generate some income. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are several ways out there, but they all require at least some form of work. Maybe, let's say you have a plan that, okay, I want to generate passive income starting next month.
Right.
So you put in the plan, I'm going to start generating passive income next month. So you put in at least, a couple of weeks. It doesn't need to be too long. Maybe be like 30 minutes a day. Just, research and try and figure out, okay, if this is how I'm going to base my decisions on how I'm going to buy the stock, let's see how it would have worked previously. Just take a look of how your analysis would have worked previously. And if it's working out in the past, it's most likely going to continue to work in the future. So I think everyone just needs to have a plan that, okay, next month I want to start generating passive income, trading stocks from home. I only have like an hour a day to put in. All that can be done. A lot of our traders, they have jobs. They do their own thing. Some of them live in the West Coast, so they trade in the morning, and then they go continue their job. So there are definitely ways to do that. A lot of people have been doing it successfully.
Okay.
A lot of my traders and friends have been doing it, but you got to put in that time just a little bit initially, just to know exactly what you're doing, because it's not as easy as just pressing the buy and sell button. However,
right.
What could be done is, let's say you sign up to several newsletters. You just watch those newsletters for a week. You don't need to put your own money in. Just watch the newsletter, do your research. Okay, is the track record that they show, is that really true? Just watch the newsletter for a month. Take a look at what they're, giving out as picks. Just try and find the reason of the pick and just try and learn. Like we have, just a newsletter. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, but it's just that we have like a video-based newsletter. So we're going over, hey, this is our pick, and this is how and why we're getting into it. And we try and educate traders into that aspect as well. So those who are starting out, they can, just understand a little bit about, the markets, of how it works, and mainly just about our thought process, like why we are buying it, why we're selling it, and then you can get an idea of the stock market that way. So I think put in a plan. Let's say all you listeners, you have a plan. Okay, next month, that's what I want to do. It. So give yourself at least initial couple of weeks just to do your research, just to do the homework.
Got it. So basically, for those people out there that are interested in generating passive income from traditional methods like the online investing or stock, I say online because that seems to be the way everyone trades stock now. It's not the way it used to be in the 80s.
Right.
But with traditional investments, it can be done. You can generate passive income. But I think the biggest myth with all passive income strategies is that you don't have to do any work. And as you pointed out, I think that the key is if you're going to commit to generating passive income from investments, from trading, you need to put in some level of commitment, some level of time to educate yourself. Now, you were talking about newsletters and studying the newsletters as part of your training. I know that you're the CEO of LiveTraders.net, and you were mentioning you have a video newsletter. So can you talk a little bit about what Live Traders does and how someone looking to generate passive income could benefit from a video newsletter? I've not heard of that before. Where you tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Basically at Live Traders, we do a couple of things, but our main aim is to educate, traders who are just starting out. So we have a course which is taught live online, so you don't have to, physically attend anywhere. It's taught online via the instructor. You can ask questions, and it's also recorded, so you can watch it later on. So that we just offer like one course, so people can take it, get educated. It's over 16 hours of, live training, and over that we take you from A to Z of the stock market, our thought process, and we also cover some of the picks that we made previously, maybe on day trading, maybe on swing trading. And we go over them as well, like why we made those, picks, and relate that to the material that's taught in the course. So that's the training part of what we offer. And then the other one is the newsletter that we talked about. So in the newsletter, that is mainly geared towards, we have some hedge funds and some institutional clients that also subscribe to the newsletter, but it's also geared towards the person who's just starting out, the person who may be already involved in other forms of trading, but just wants to add this additional source of income via swing trades. And swing trade, when I say swing trades, for those who are new, it basically means anything that you're holding more than a couple days. So anything, you might be buying it today, you might be selling it 3 days later, you might be buying it today, selling it a week later. So with the newsletter, the video newsletter, what that does and how it changes the game in relation to all the text newsletters out there is that I think text newsletters are a little too static. Is that okay? Right. They just write in, this is what we think, this is our pick, and it's all done, and there's no interactiveness. So with the video newsletter, we open up our charts, we go over here, okay, here's what the stock is doing right now, here's what it's been doing in the past, here's what we think our forecast is for the future, and we also teach, like, this is a technical pattern that we taught in our course, and that is the reason why we're getting in, exactly how we taught it in the course. So you can see people are able to continually see us apply those methods that we taught them in the course. And also our other clients are people who perhaps already have a job or maybe, are in the West Coast, they trade in the morning, just like I mentioned early on. So those people, because on the video newsletter, it's sent out on the weekend. One is sent out on the weekend, on a Sunday, and we go over what we're expecting for the week ahead and our picks for the week ahead. And then another one is sent out on Wednesday, which is a midweek recap, where we recap, what we said on the weekend and also what we expect for the week ahead. And we go over that. We usually have about 2 to 3 trades that we take. So these are, in the newsletter, we give out the trades that we are taking ourselves. And we also, because we have a hedge fund, so the trades we're taking in the hedge fund as well, we put them out in the newsletter. And the typical format of the newsletter would be, we're looking to buy a Microsoft long if it touches the price $32.56, and if it breaks below $32, we're going to get out and take our loss, and our target is $33. So we put out the targets in a simple format. So for those who have a job, they can use, what they usually do is they just put their orders with the brokers to buy it at that price if it touches that, and it's kind of automated. So it typically takes nothing less than 5-10 minutes a day. So when you come back from work, you can check out, okay, the exit price has not been reached, so I can hold on to the stock, and things of that nature. We're trying to make it a little simpler, and also people can write in questions, and we can answer that in the next edition of the newsletter. So those are mainly our service offerings for the part-time trader, for those looking to generate passive income. Right. But for those professional traders, we also have another service, which is the day trading room, which is too action-packed for most people, because that is real professional trading, and people do need to be in front of their desk every day. So that's a more active style of trading, where we're buying stock, selling stock. Could be a few seconds, could be a few minutes, and it's a bunch of trades throughout the day. So that I would not recommend for people who are having a job, don't have the time to give it to that style. Definitely wouldn't recommend that. For those who are looking to generate passive income, as we're talking about today, the best style would be to give it some time, set your deadline. Here's when I would like to generate income, get trained, get educated, get the newsletter, and take it from there.
Got it. All right, so it sounds to me like, you can generate money if you're willing to put in the time from a passive income scheme or strategy, not scheme, but strategy from trading. And your product, your company is actually very interesting because it seems to have the ability to sort of handhold people and walk them through from novice to professional and offers them options. Now, if people want to learn more about you and your company and how to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way for them to do that would be to just go to the website, which is www.livetraders.net. So go to the website. We have several resources in there. We also have a blog where we write, occasional educational articles, and also we post our own results, and including our, position statements, so that people know that the trades we're taking are actually trades that, we're taking. Because a lot of people out there could boast about claims, but we'll show you our position statements. We'll show you the account number. We'll show you everything that, okay, the trades we called, we took it ourselves. So I think best way for them would be to go over the website, browse through it, go to the blog, We have our social media outlets like, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, Twitter. Connect with us there. Keep up to date. Follow us for a while if you think it's something that would be of interest to you. If there's passive income generation is your goal, definitely check it out, and we can take it from there.
Anmol, the thing that I like best about your approach and the site is the level of transparency that you provide to people. You do show them what you're really doing, and I think that that's a credit to you, and I think it's a very good approach, because that's what's lacking nowadays, especially in people promoting passive income, is this idea of transparency. So I want to thank you for being on today. It would be interesting to have you back on at another time to talk. Maybe we'll do a whole show about trading and some tips and tricks that you can give to people. So if you'd be interested in that, I'd like to have you back on, and we can dedicate an episode just to trading.
Sure, that sounds like a good plan.
All right. Anmol from livetraders.net, I want to thank you again. It was a pleasure having you, and thanks for giving us your insight today on passive income through the traditional way from stock trades. So thanks again. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we were talking about passive income streams today, and we just had an interview with Anmol Singh. He is the CEO of livetraders.net. We were talking about the traditional passive income methods or streams. And the traditional methods, we don't even think about passive income the same way that we did in the 80s, right? If I said to you, was there passive income in the 80s? A lot of people, especially a lot of younger people, will say, no, there was no passive income in the 80s. Passive income has grown out of the internet age, and that's really not true. Passive income has been around forever, and really passive income is nothing more than owning a property, investing in a stock, and having your money make money for you. At its basic level, if you put money into a bank and you've got interest being paid onto your account, isn't that passive income? Sure it is. Now, is it the kind of passive income that we in the online world today think of? Is that the kind of stuff that's going to make us have that 4-hour work week and not have to work for the man anymore? No. That's not what we're talking about when we talk about passive income today. But I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that passive income is more than just affiliate advertising and selling things. It goes back to that traditional method. Investing in stocks, it's obviously risky. You have to know what you're doing. It's something that takes time and some level of education. As Anmol talked to us about this morning, you just can't jump into stock trading and think you're going to make a ton of money when you're really not educated. Most of the guys that are professional traders have really learned about this over the years. So it's not that simple.